Hello guys, and welcome back to Netmaster Zone channel. In this video we are going to configure site-to-site VPN using a pre-shared key between these two Palo Alto firewall, and I just put a yellow circle between these two, a square between these two firewall to just make them easily to see, as there is a lot of devices here. You can see that I have a HQ site here, and there is some servers actually available in this HQ site, the FMC, because I want to configure this to firewall, FTD firewall using this FMC. And also I have a Active Directory, DHCP server and certificate server in the HQ site. For now, let's start our configuration using these two Palo Alto firewall, and in the next videos we will configure all these different firewalls, that is the Huawei, FTD, and also FortiGate. And also I have a checkpoint here, and I want to configure site-to-site VPN between all these firewalls to this Palo Alto in the HQ site. And here to start, let me a little bit discuss about this topology that we have here. You can see that I just put the IP address between the outside IP address with the red and inside IP address in green. Then we can easily identify this inside and outside IP addresses. By now, this two Palo Alto has a very basic configuration. It means this virtual PC should be able to ping to internet. It means I have NAT, I have a default routing, and also a policy configured here in the Palo Alto. Let me first check the IP address. Let me configure the IP address here. IP DHCP. The DHCP server is configured here in this switch, and it should be it should receive an IP address from DHCP. Yes, actually it's received that, and let me ping to 8.8.8.8. okay, ping is successful. It means that this PC is going through this switch to Palo Alto and then go to ISP1, and from here it will go to the public internet. Let me do same here in the Palo Alto firewall 2. IP DHCP. This time DHCP is configured here in the Palo Alto, and it's providing DHCP IP. And now yes, I just received the IP address, and let me ping it to 8.8.8.8. okay, this ping is not successful. Let me see what is the problem. Maybe I have some problem here in the Palo Alto, but before that let me check this router if it can ping the IP address. Yes, this router can ping. It means that I have some problem, maybe policy or something is missed in here in the Palo Alto firewall. Let's go to that and let me check it. Let me fix it in the recording screen here. Okay, let's see. First of all, let's go to network, and I'm going to the DHCP is okay, to the interface to make sure that the interface is configured correctly. It's okay, and the outside interface seems okay. Let's do something. Let's make sure that this router has a correct IP address in the interface 0x1 that is connected to Palo Alto. Actually this IP address is not correct. 0x1 is connected to Palo Alto, and the IP address is not correct. Let's fix this IP. It's 192.168.205.1. It's overlapping with another IP. Okay, show IP interface brief. it's overlapping with 1 by 0. 1 by 0, it's here. Okay, let's remove that IP address. Interface is 1 by 0. No IP address. And interface is 0 by 1. IP address 192.168.2.05.1. Okay, now the configuration is, I believe, is okay. Now it was just problem with the IP, and let's try to ping it now. Yes, now I can ping to the internet. It means that this link is also correct, and both of them are able to go to the outside to the internet. And here in the Palo Alto, let's go to Palo Alto firewall 1 first. And in the firewall 1, let's go to the network and interface. I'm going to configure something in interface 1 by 6. You can see here in the topology that interface Ethernet 1 by 6 is connected to ISP1, and I'm going to configure all of them through this ISP1. I have 2 ISP here, and that is for another lab for actually redundancy. I just configured it here, but now we are just going to go through this one IP address, this one interface. And for that, let's go to advanced. In the interface advanced, I'm going to allow, I don't have any management profile, and I cannot ping. You know that by default we cannot ping the IP address of the any interface in the Palo Alto, except of course the interface management, that is out of bound, but all of other interfaces needs to have a profile to allow the ping here. And I don't have any management profile here. I'm going to allow the ping here. Let me now name that allow ping, and just allowing ping for everything. What is this? Allow. Let's make another one. And I'm going to allow this ping. Okay. Save it and commit. Okay, let's do same in the firewall 2 also. 1 by 6, again, it's connected to the outside, the same IP address, the same interface. And let's configure, go to the advanced, and I'm going to configure a profile here and allow ping, because we are going to check if we are able to ping through outside IP address or not. Let's name that same, allow ping, and okay. Now these two interface, after commit finish, we should be able to ping through this outside interface from Palo Alto firewall 1 to firewall 2. Let's connect the SSH to our firewall 1, 192.168.10.20, the IP address. Let's use the username and password. Let's accept this, and username admin, password. And now let's here try to ping from source 192.168.10.20 to host. This is the actually the pattern that you need to use to ping from Palo Alto to any other host actually. And the next IP address is 192.168.10.22. This is the IP address of other firewall, the outside, this one. You can see that now I'm able to ping through these two firewall, and it means that our commit is successfully finished. Let's close that. actually you can see the commit here, but when it's go to 99% before it's just give us a message it's finished the commit. And for if you want to see how to configure the basic configuration of the Palo Alto, a video is also available in this channel. You can see how we can configure these interfaces, policy, NAT, and everything for very basic configuration of the Palo Alto. Okay, now our ping is successful here. It means that we are connected through this. Let me put it down. And I have two virtual PC here. Now let's start our configuration. Before starting the configuration, I just create a list of to-do list, actually, what we need to configure here in the Palo Alto step by step to be able to configure the site-to-site VPN. First of all, we need to create a iCrypto profile. Then we need to create a IPsec crypto profile. Then iGateway, the IPsec tunnel, it's required. For the IPsec tunnel, we need to have a tunnel interface, and then we need to configure the security policy and also the routing through this tunnel that we created. Okay, let's do it step by step. First, I'm going to create a iCrypto profile. Let's go to firewall 1, and here let's go to the network, and in the network we have a iCrypto option here. Let's select that. I have to tell you that during this recording I'm just pausing the video sometimes because it takes some time to bring the interface for me, and I don't want to make the video very long. Okay, here you can see that we have some profile is already created by default, but we are going to create our own profile. Let's add one, name it firewall. Let me do it Palo Alto firewall 1 to Palo Alto firewall 2. And now for the element group, let's select group 14, and here for the authentication let's select SHA-1. I'm not going to use very strong encryption here. The Palo Alto is of course supporting this without license. It's in evaluation license. You can use all the encryption algorithm, but I'm going to use this algorithm that because in some other firewalls like FTD just allow us to use this and also SHA-1. We cannot have a stronger encryption and authentication. Okay, let's copy this. I want to make the same for IPsec. This iCrypto is created. Next step, we need to create a IPsec crypto profile. Let's go to the IPsec crypto, and here also we have some default profile that is already created. I'm going to create my own profile. I'm going to give it same name, and for the encryption let's use this, and for authentication I'm going to use SHA-1. And for the element group, let's select group 14. The lifetime, I'm just leave that by default because both sides is Palo Alto and they have this default configuration. It's okay. Let's okay that. Now in the next step, step 3, we need to create a iGateway. This step is a little bit not difficult, just I want to say that it is the main step that we have to create it. For that, let's go to the iGateway and add a new gateway. You can see that we don't have any gateway by default. Let's create one. Let me name that PA firewall 1 to PA firewall 2. This is the name of this gateway that I'm going to create, and in the next step, of course, we need to use this gateway in the IPsec tunnels. For the version, I'm going to use IK version 2 only, IPv4, and for the interface, I'm going to use the interface 1x6. Of course, it's connected to the outside. You can see this interface, it's connected to ISP. I'm going to use the same, and the IP address of that is 192.168.100.2. For the peer IP address, we need to select the peer address here. By default, we don't have. We can create one, or we can type it here. That is 192.168.205.2. This is the IP address of other site. Here in the, it's configured in Ethernet 1x6 in Palo Alto Firewall 2. For the authentication, here I'm going to use the pre-shared key, but in the next video we will configure our certificate also. But let's use the pre-shared key here, and let's type a pre-shared key. Everything else is okay. We don't need to use the local identification and peer identification, because we are using the pre-shared key. It's not certificate. If we use the certificate, of course, we need to use this too to actually introduce our certificate to boot site. In the advanced option, here let's select the we need to select the iCrypto profile that we created before. Let me open that. That is Palo Alto Firewall 1 to Palo Alto Firewall 2. It's a iCrypto profile that we created before. Everything else is okay. Let's leave it by default, and okay. Now the IK gateway is also created. Here in the next step, we need to create the IPsec tunnel. But for the IPsec tunnel, we need a tunnel interface. We have to create that first. Then we will come back and configure our IPsec tunnel. To creating the tunnel interface, let's go to the network, and in the interface, in the tunnel side, tunnel tab, we can add a tunnel. By default, the Palo Alto just given the name tunnel, and we can only select the how do you say, the give a number to that tunnel. And as let's use what, let's use tunnel 100. That is, I'm selecting that because the IP address of this is 100. I'm going to follow the same pattern, 100 here, and for the netfollow profile, I'm not going to use that. And for the config, let's put that in the interface, in the default virtual router 1, and also in the security zone, I'm going to put this tunnel in the inside. If you saw our video before, the video that I created for basic configuration of the Palo Alto firewall, you know that intra-zone policy is allowed by default. When I put this interface in the inside zone, in that case, I don't need any security policy, because both of them, the inside and also the tunnel, are in the inside interface. You can see this Ethernet 1x1 is actually connected to the inside, and it's in the inside zone. Then when I add the tunnel also in the inside zone, then these two can communicate to each other, and there is no need for any security policy. I'm going to use that to reduce the making of policy, doesn't require. And also for the virtual router, I said that it's just like a VRF, and you can have as many as virtual router you need, but this virtual router will not mix to each other. For the IPv4 or IPv6, we don't need any IP address for this IPsec tunnel. It's I'm using the policy based tunnel, and I'm not using the route base. Because of that, I don't need any IP address for this tunnel, just the name of the tunnel, the number actually, and also we need to add that to the virtual router. And for the security zone, I just selected inside. Okay, now this tunnel is created. The next step, let's go and create the IPsec tunnel and use this tunnel for the IPsec. Let's go back to network, and here in the IPsec tunnel, let's add the IPsec tunnel. We need a name for that. I'm going to use it same PA firewall 1 to PA firewall 2. This is the name for my IPsec tunnel. And for the tunnel interface, let's select that tunnel 100 that we created before. And here it's IPv4. For the IKE gateway, we need to select actually the gateway that we created before in the IKE gateway. Let's select that. And for the IPsec crypto profile, let's select our IPsec crypto profile that we created in the step 2. Okay, everything is okay. In the proxy ID, here actually there is the network that we are going to send through this encrypted tunnel. We can add it here. But if we are using the Palo Alto, because in Palo Alto we need to configure a route, and everything is route through this tunnel will be encrypted. But in the other firewalls like FTD, it's just inject the route by default. We can inject the reverse route, and because of that we need to configure this proxy ID. Proxy ID means the two networks that we are going to encrypt. Let's add it here. It doesn't hurt us actually. Let's name that PS site. For the local is 10.10.0.0/24, and the remote site is 10.70.0.0/24. And for the protocol any, it's okay. But if we don't create that, it doesn't makes problem, because in the next step we need to configure the route and send this in this IP address through the IPsec tunnel. Let's save that. Now our IPsec tunnel is also created. In the next step, we need to configure the security policy. As we add our tunnel in the inside zone, then we don't need any security security policy. Then let's go directly to the routing and configure the routing. In the security profile, let me show you something. In the security, here in the security profile, security policy, you can see that I only have one from inside to outside, and it's allowing everything to the outside. But here I have two other default profile that is already created in the Palo Alto, and the first one is important because it's allow the intra zone by default. Intra zone means between the outside zones and between the inside zone. Any interface that we add to the inside will be allowed to ping each other according to this policy. And the last policy, that the interzone, it means between the inside and outside, for example, and it's denied by default. From outside to inside, it's denied by default. If we need that, we need to create a policy on top of this to allow that. For example, here I just created from inside to outside, and you saw that I was able to ping to the internet. Then this policy is already created, and I don't need to create any policy. Let's directly go to the routing. For routing, let's go to the network, and in the virtual router, I just created, there is a default virtual router here, and I'm not going to use that. I created one. Let's use this router 1 here, and for the routing let's go and configure a static route. Let's add. I have two static route, default route to ISP1 and ISP2. Let's create another one. Let's name that PA Site PA VPN site. This is the Palo Alto, because the Palo Alto is connected to Palo Alto. I just use this PA. And for the destination, this is 10.70.0.0/24, the destination, and the interface that I'm going to route this is tunnel 100. It should go through this tunnel, IPsec tunnel that I created before. And for the next IP address, as we don't have any IP, let's select none. And metric and anything else you can configure it here if you require. Let's leave it by default and okay. Let's okay that. Now, according this list, we configure everything in the Palo Alto Firewall 1, and let's commit this and let's go and configure the same in the Palo Alto Firewall 2 then we can test this. Okay, let's commit it. Commit. Let's go to Palo Alto Firewall 2 and let's start by this list. First we need to create a iCrypto profile. I'm not going to discuss it here because I discussed it in the last video, in the last step. And now let's name it PA Firewall 2. Default group we select 14. For the authentication we select SHA, and for the encryption we select this. Okay, let me copy this, and then let's go and create a IPsec crypto profile, same name. For the encryption I use this, and for authentication SHA, and for default group 14. Okay, next let's go and create a gateway. gateway, same name, and for the IK version 2, and interface 1/6. The IP address will come by default, and for the peer IP address 192.168.100.2, that is the outside IP address of Palo Alto Firewall 1. Pre-shared key same that we select in the Firewall 1, and for in the advanced option let's select the IK crypto profile that we created before. Everything else is okay. Let's save this. Now let's go to the interface and let's create our tunnel interface here. I'm going to use the same number, 100. In the virtual router it should go to virtual router 1, and for the security zone let's add it to the inside. Now let's go back to network, and this time let's go to IPsec tunnel. Let's create that also, same name. For the tunnel interface I'm going to use tunnel 100 that I created, IPv4, and for the IK gateway we just created before, and for the IPsec crypto profile let's select the crypto profile that we created before. And for the proxy let's configure that also here. Let's name that Palo Alto VPN site, and here the local is 10.70.0.0/24, and the remote is 10.10.0.0/24. Protocol any. Okay, and okay. Now the IPsec tunnel is also created. Next step, we need to create a route. we don't need to create a security profile because we add the tunnel interface in the tunnel in the inside zone. Name that HQ site, HQ site, and virtual router, static route, let's add it, name it HQ VPN. Destination is 10.10.0.0/24, and it's going through the tunnel 100. We are going to encrypt that, and for the next of IP we don't have any IP, none, and metric and everything else, let it be by default. Okay, and okay. Now in boot side we configure our site-to-site VPN using pre-shared key. Let's commit this, and then we can test and verify if our site-to-site VPN is working or not. Okay, this part is successfully committed. Let's close it and let's wait for this to commit finished. Then we can verify if it's ping, it's okay. If it doesn't, then we can troubleshoot and see if we did any mistake during our configuration. Let's wait for this. Okay, the commit is also almost finished. Let's wait for it to give us the message of successful. Okay, the commit is configuration committed successfully. Okay, it's 99% is okay. It means that it's completed. Now let's go and test and verify our configuration. For that, let's first check the IP address, show IP. We have 10.17.0.11, that is site, actually the Palo Alto Firewall 2, and show IP here. And here I have 10.10.0.51, and that is HQ. Let's ping through this 10.70.0.11-T, and also here let's ping 10.10.0.51. You can see that the ping is successful. It means the IKE tunnel is already up, and the site-to-site VPN it's up. To check that, let's go to IPsec tunnel. In firewall 1, I'm going to IPsec tunnel, and here in the tunnel we should see this tunnel green. Yes, the tunnel is green, and we can see some information about IKE info. It's IKE version 2, and just show us the algorithm that is used on this, the created time, and also the expiration time of this tunnel. And if we go to Palo Alto Firewall 2, same to IPsec tunnel, we can see the same information here, that the tunnel info. Let me make it bigger. The name of the tunnel, the local IP, and also the peer IP, the outside interface of these two, and also the remote IP that we are going to ping to 10.10.0.0 to 10.10.0.255, the range of IP address, and also the protocol and some other information that is byte send and received and so on. And for IKE info, again you can see this information about this IKE version 2, the algorithm that is used, and also the created and expiration time. And for the route, let's see that this is the routing table for this. You can see that I have a route through this is firewall 2 to 10.10.0.0, and the metric 10 through tunnel 100, that is goes through this interface. Okay, our site-to-site VPN is configured successfully, and we didn't have any problem to troubleshoot. I can say fortunately or unfortunately, because when we makes mistake, that helps us to learn more. But here it was everything very straightforward. According to this list, we configure everything and we didn't miss any configuration to troubleshoot now. Okay, for now let's finish our video here, but in the next video we are going to configure this site-to-site VPN again using the certificate. And for the certificate, we have a certificate server here. First we will generate our certificate, and then we'll bring our certificate here to these two firewalls. Then we use that certificate for our site-to-site VPN. But for the certificate, I already created a video to how to create this, actually to configure and install this certificate server to be able to provide the IPsec certificate for us to be usable between these two firewall as a IKE authentication. Okay, for now let's finish our video here. Thank you for your watching, and see you in the next video.